so many network marketers fall in love with a health and wellness product, and then they realize that there's an incredible opportunity to build the lifestyle and income of their dreams. But what happens when you get started and you run out of friends and family to talk to, and what you're doing on social media just isn't quite getting you where you want to be? Well, the truth is it's probably not your fault. It just takes a little marketing know-how that you may not be getting from anywhere else. So on this podcast, I'm sharing with you the secrets that I've been able to learn from all of my top earner friends and mentors. I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what it takes to get people excited about the wellness products that you have to offer, to help people improve their lives, and to get you to the rank that you want to be at. My name is Soraya Goddard, and this is Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Hello, friends. How are you? I want to talk to you guys today about something that many of you are asking for help with, and that is how to get engagement or more engagement on Instagram. So a lot of times I will post things on my Facebook wall or reach out to people and ask them what they're struggling with, put polls in my Instagram stories, I'll email my list. Actually, I haven't done that in a while. I probably should do that. But anyways, I like to practice what I preach, and I've been doing quite a bit of market research lately. So if you didn't hear my last podcast episode on market research, go back and grab that, which, by the way, the first time I uploaded that podcast, it was like somehow it got cut off. I don't even know. I uploaded it again, and it should be around 25 minutes. So for some reason, when you were listening to the podcast last time, it did not go all the way to the end. I am so sorry. Delete that one and then re-download it, and it should be fine. So anyways, I told you from the beginning, this is going to be one take, not perfect. And boy, am I holding that up. Which, speaking of, I am actually sitting on the floor in one of my spare bedrooms that I use as a closet because the acoustics in my office are terrible. This is, totally not anything to do with Instagram, but I just figured I'd share with you guys. So if you follow me on Facebook or have seen my Instagram at all, which you should be following me on Instagram at Soraya Goddard, but I have shown you some sneak peeks in my stories of my new office. I mean, it's not a new office. It's a bedroom where we've converted it into an office. It used to be that room where you didn't know everything that didn't have a home. That's where it was. So I'm in the Army and I move a lot. And then my husband and I met here in DC. So we kind of combined stuff. And let's face it, I had way more stuff than he did, but that ended up being the room where all the stuff that we didn't know what to do with or didn't have time to sort through, it all gathered. So anyways, I was calling it our office for a year, but really it was just a junk room. And so we finally got off our butts and turned it into a beautiful office where now I am proud to do videos and record podcasts and all the stuff. But I have this gorgeous mic and all this stuff so that I can record my podcast. And unfortunately, the acoustics in the room are just terrible, which you guys are like, yep, we've heard, they're terrible. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix this. So if you have any great ideas, please let me know. If you're good at figuring out how to, I don't know, remove all the echo, and people are like, yep, put rugs and curtains. Yep, got all that. Still doesn't help. So anyways, whatever. I'll figure it out. So in the meantime, if you can imagine, I'm literally sitting on the floor of a room that's full of clothing because the clothing provides me less echo than this beautiful, big, new, fancy office that I have. So here we are. So I want to talk to you guys about engagement because a lot of you are frustrated. You are frustrated that you are on Instagram and you feel like you are putting in the work and you feel like you are not getting anywhere. How many of you guys are spending hours a day on Instagram, or at least an hour a day, and nothing has come of it, right? I know that feeling because that was me for almost 2 years. I didn't have anybody, any clients, any customers, anything come from Instagram. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of friends on Instagram, but nothing converted. And so you guys are freaking out about that. And you're like, help. I know that Instagram is the place to be. How do I get engagement? How do I get engagement? I'm going to kind of debunk some things. I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. And hopefully it will be helpful to you. So true story also, and then I'll get into the content. I recorded this as a Facebook Live training on my personal profile. And the funniest thing happened. Some of you guys probably saw this. So I was doing this Facebook Live and there were people on, and this girl who I actually don't know, random people find your videos on Facebook Live. And this girl came on and she was like, "Hey, I need to tell you that there's a spider in the background of your video. There's a spider in the plant behind you." So I have this like fiddly fig tree behind me in my office. And she's like, "There's a big old spider behind you." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I totally lost my concentration. And then I was like mumbling and all I could think of was the spider. People were like, "No, I don't see a spider." And all of a sudden my Facebook Live was no longer about Instagram engagement. And it was all about the spider, which, by the way, I couldn't find it and I don't think ever existed. So I don't know what this girl was smoking, if she was like watching my video high. I don't know what was going on. But needless to say, I didn't see a spider. So here I am in my, other bedroom recording this again so you guys can have it on the podcast. It's been a hilarious week. So here we go. Let's talk about more Instagram engagement. So if you've listened to my previous 3 episodes on Instagram, you would know that I am a huge lover of giving value. I am also big on practicing the habits that you expect other people to have towards you. What do I mean by this? If I asked you to tell me what engagement is, what would you say? Most of you guys would probably say that engagement is people liking or commenting on your stuff. And that is amazing, right? That's fantastic stuff. But ultimately, if you're listening to this podcast and you're interested in growing your Instagram for your network marketing business, you're in this to give value to people so that people will pay you for the thing that you are offering them. Most of you, that's a health and wellness product of some sort. It's skincare or essential oils or weight loss shakes or something like that, right? You are in it to ultimately have a conversation so you can sell your stuff on the interwebs. And so likes are not necessarily an indicator of sales. Now they could be, but they're not, it's not a correlation, right? It might be correlated, but it's not a causation, right? It's not like you get 20 likes and then you get a sale. So although yes, likes are nice and comments on your stuff are nice, they're not necessarily going to correspond directly to sales. So I want to get that out of the way first, but more importantly, I want you to understand that the name of the game is to have a conversation that does lead to sales. Okay. So to me, engagement means having a human conversation with somebody. That could be through direct message. That could be through a comment on your, on something that you posted, right? Either an Instagram story or a feed photo of some sort. It could also be a conversation on somebody else's content. So ultimately, you want to converse with people, right? You want to converse with people. Now, yes, ideally, in a perfect world, you would just put your content out there and people would flock to your sales page or whatever you're funneling them to, a website, a direct message, and they would go, "I want to buy your stuff." But it doesn't happen like that. You have to talk with people. You have to deal with objections. You have to answer questions. People don't always listen. People don't always read. You have to have a conversation. Sales happen after conversations. And so if you don't like talking with people, I would highly recommend that you tell yourself a different story and embody being a person who likes having conversations. So that gets back to my initial point, is that you have to do the things that you expect people to do back to you. So what do I mean by that? If you want people to engage with you, ask yourself this question: how many people are you engaging with every single day? AKA in human speak, how many people are you talking to on Instagram where you are initiating the conversation? For many of you, you're like, "Oh man, like none. I just post and then I wait for people to come and comment on my stuff." Well, the universe does not work like that. The universe does not work like that. You cannot be a cheapskate and hold on to your money in a scarcity mindset and expect that money will come to you. You cannot be a jerk to people and expect people to be nice to you, right? That's just not how the world works. So hopefully this is not like coming off as me preaching to you, just a gentle, loving reminder that you have to be giving and abundant in commenting if you think that people should be commenting on your stuff too. So, number one question I would ask myself if I were you is, if you are not getting comments on your stuff, how many people's stuff are you commenting on, right? That's step number one. I would start there. I would commit to doing twice a day, setting some time aside, maybe 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the afternoon. Just comment on other people's stuff. If you really want to up your game, I would find influencers and people that you want to connect with, people that you think could benefit from your product, service, or opportunity, and really work to make a relationship with them. Because again, engagement is just conversations. And ultimately, those conversations are building relationships. Just like you would have a conversation with, the lady who bags your groceries and you see her routinely, right? And then over time, you develop a relationship. It's going to take the same level of effort. Your neighbor, you have a 10-second conversation, for a year straight, and eventually you build a relationship. Hopefully it doesn't take a year to build a relationship with someone on Instagram, but it could. It absolutely could. Instagram is a long-term platform. I mean, yes, you can get sales in the short term as well, but you have to really work at building that relationship. So find people that you would like to build that relationship with. Maybe it's an influencer. Maybe it's someone who lives in your area. Maybe it's a local blogger. Maybe it is just women who are like you, or if you're a man listening to this, men that are like you. Maybe it's moms with the same interests. Maybe you've searched by hashtag and you found people that are really interesting to you and people that you're just attracted to what they do. Figure out who those people are and go like and comment and share and screenshot and do all that stuff to their content and make that a habit, right? That's the first step. Okay, so that's step number one to more engagement. Number two, I always talk about this, but if you are a marketer, you should be giving value. You should be creating content every single day on whatever your platform of choice is. And so for you guys, if you're looking to grow your Instagram, you should be posting content on Instagram every single day so that people can get to know, like, and trust you. So you are giving value to other people by posting beautiful pictures, by showing your gorgeous face, by giving eye contact to the camera, whether that be a selfie or a photo shoot that you've done or something on a tripod. Make sure that there's photos of you. I've talked about that in episodes past. But make sure that you are presenting yourself and writing engaging captions in a way that people are going to connect with. They're going to know your story. They're going to know what you're there to do. They're going to know what your offer is, right? That's another reason. Hey, don't be shy in sharing what you have to sell. Give a strong call to action after your Instagram stories and after your posts. Now, you don't have to give a call to action after